And welcome to Melbourne Knights Stadium in North Sunshine. For Heidelberg United TV, it's Greg Blake on deck, along with John Fodinos, the legendary Jay Fott, for the big game round 15 of the PS4 NPL here in Victoria as we hit the second half of the season. It's the 7th place Melbourne Knights hosting Heidelberg United Alexander, coming in off that historic win over South Melbourne last week in 4th place on the table. Jay Fott, a wonderful ground, great to be back here. Big game for both clubs.
Oh, it is, and both teams coming off a couple of wins on the trot, so very evenly matched, and we'll expect a tight game. Been a bit of rain this week, so it could be a bit of a heavy surface, but looking forward to a big one.
It has not been a pleasant start to the month, the winter season, has it, in terms of weather. It's been drizzling all morning, so the surface will be a wee bit treacherous, you suspect. And the Melbourne Knights, the home side, in the red, white and blue, top shorts and socks. And of course, Heidelberg United Alexander in the traditional gold and black, or yellow and black, we can argue that. But I like the regal sounding of gold and black. Regardless, it'll be the Melbourne Knights who will get first use of the football, heading to the left of your screen toward the city end of the ground. Heidelberg will be attacking the airport end of this storied stadium, which sits atop where the old North Sunshine Village drive-in cinema used to live.
Yeah, just some team news, Greg. Heidelberg, of course, will be missing the very influential Harry Noon, who had such a big game last week, missing through suspension. So coming in to replace him will be Andreas Govas in the middle of the park. And a couple of new signings on the bench for the Burgers. Phil Petreski, ex-Melbourne City boy, signed during the transfer period, and we'll just let you call this one.
Well, nothing to call there, John, but thanks for that. Out of play, pummeled out of play, turned over. Melbourne Knights on the move. Away by the barometer. Canner down the line. 2 minutes away. Melbourne Knights doing all the attacking. Ball turned over. Bouncing ball off the chest of Lewis Hall. Hall slips inside through the potential tackles of two. Canner lofts it, looking for Kenny. Too short. Petrie sweeps down through midfield. Kenny runs to fetch. Good hard work from Kenny at the king. 10 goals for the season so far. Top scorer in the competition. Heidelberg, the top scoring club in the Victorian NPL, PS4 NPL at this point of the season. They haven't threatened a goal yet here at Melbourne Knights. Bracalo goes to ground. Nothing called by the referee. Ruben Way, the champ, back in the side. Not that time for Heidelberg United. Wasted ball though by the Knights. Straight back to the skipper. Heidelberg skipper, Luke Biles. The barometer, Stevie Pace. 7 minutes away. No score at Knights Stadium. Around 15 of the PS4 NPL. Kanakaris with a driving run toward the goal line. Kanakaris, can he get it back? He can. Kenny glancing header, great stop from Michael O'Farrell. They come again. Govas rams it, great stop again. Double stop by the goalkeeper. Heidelberg might have scored twice, if not for some outstanding goalkeeping from Michael O'Farrell.
Keeping there by O'Farrell, twice saving the Knights. First with a bullet header by, that was Kenny Matthew, and then on the follow-up, a thundering shot by Andreas Govas, and that was great keeping. Well done by Michael O'Farrell, but the Burgers certainly now really upping the ante.
Kenny is really in the groove, isn't he, these days?
Oh, he's top form, scoring a lot of goals and also doing a lot of that physical work.
9.5 away, looping ball, top of the box, Kenny. Nothing doing. Well done by McGarry.
It's just struggling to pick up the play there. Titkovic on the ball, looking for Bracalo.
Oh, well done.
Does brilliantly. Down is Bracalo behind play, and they're going to probably play the ball out. As Bracalo went down under the challenge there. He might have done the knee, it looks like, from the way he's holding his leg there. The knee might have just caught and twisted the wrong way. And to happen.
It was an innocuous tackle.
You can see even the camaraderie and the sportsmanship, the Heidelberg physio even helping out there, James Telford. So, healthy round of applause for the young man.
So Jacob Colosimo will check into the contest on 13. And just starting to come forward in waves. Good sportsmanship all round.
In fact, that was Jurkovic that time. There's a high ball. Petrie now finds Alice. Can he skip around the challenge? No, good tackle again by the Knights. So they're working hard in the middle of the park there. That time it was Jason Hicks. Moving away. First touch was heavy. Gets around though. Can get the cross in. Deep on that flank there. And trying to get back in. Goes all the way back to Govas. Govas, nice little 1-2. And he's given the penalty kick.
Wow.
Wow-wee, that was a surprise.
Against Nikola Jurkovic, and I think probably from the naked eye.
I think he might have given that for the sandwich there between the two players because it didn't look to be too much in it.
Yep. And he's been a hero once today, Michael O'Farrell, in the Melbourne Knights goal. Can he reproduce the heroics with this penalty kick? No, Onyanelli. Nailed it. 1-0, Heidelberg.
Took it well. Sean Ellis makes it 1-0 to Heidelberg, and that could be a valuable goal come the end of this game. And that's his, as we look up our stats, that's his total of his 6th goal for the season, 5th in the league. So he's been one of the other players that have come to Heidelberg this season who has made a valuable contribution and was involved in the build-up for that penalty kick. But Heidelberg on 21 minutes, or just ticking over towards 22, take a 1-0 lead. And the Melbourne Knights already down a man, already had to substitute a man, now find themselves a goal behind. Kanakaris down the line, looking for Athieu. Good defensive work there by the number 6, Damien Miskelin. After giving it away to Petrie. He again looks for Athieu from the middle as
Colosimo lumbers his way into the penalty area. Petrie with the aggressive steal does really well. Stephen Pace waits, doesn't give, waits again, brushes off the challenge. Gova spears it for Kenny, the King. Outside runner is Kanakaris. The King will head towards the top of the box. Kanakaris, little dance steps inside, did he no favours. Melbourne Knights will clear. Andrusevic, square ball through the middle. Hicks, challenge comes from Hall. I'll get another look at it through McGarry's been busy today. James McGarry.
It just took a bit too long, the Knights getting that ball forward. They had numbers over, but good defensive pressure by Heidelberg, although a chance out on the left there. Colosimo lurking.
Far post. Oh, kept his head beautifully. Ruben Way, he is the champ. Goes down the line.
He did ever so well there, did Ruben Way, because might have been caught a little bit out of position initially.
He had to be perfect, and he was. Melbourne Knights. Zvitkovic, well, he managed to evade challenges and into the box, and in the end, much to his chagrin, denied what would have been a soft penalty, I would have thought. Lewis Hall looks up, drives a 9-iron. Govas glancing header on. Shawnee Ellis running outside left. Ellis round the corner. Govas on his left foot has to try check back on his right. Gives himself, well, he gave himself an angle. He got a good look, and in the end, much like his free kick earlier on, was off the mark. Indeed, it got a slight deflection. Dougie Hodgson not making an appearance today. He's out lazy. He's
He's out with
rang us about 1:30. Said no, can't be bothered. And
the old army disease, general soreness.
That is not. So it's going to be a corner to Heidelberg. They're up by 1. Stephen Pace, far post header, swept up by Michael O'Farrell, who gave us one of the high points of the game so far. Michael O'Farrell.
Chops it out with the header. Again, short to Colosimo. So Melbourne Knights prepared to work the ball around. That time looking for Colosimo off Luke Biles. Yeah, nice off Luke Biles.
Thrown to the Knights. They're down by a goal. Andrusevic toward the corner flag. Angles it back in the air. Goalkeeper comes. Hooked away. It doesn't matter. The ref called it. Slow turn in midfield from Colosimo. Some crashing and tackling and no call from the referee.
We're certainly hotting up because that time the Wardney was a player who went theatrically to the ground. McGarry now on the ball. There's Andrijasevic, driving run towards the box. Finds the number 19, Glover, but it'll be a free kick. The referee blowing before the shot was taken by Glover. So that was Andrijasevic that went down.
Oh, the referee's been blowing since the start of the game. Picks the shorter of the two. And he'll be the man with the duty. No, he goes outside. McGarry, it is. McGarry with the cross. Had it cleared by Josh Wilkins. And then Shawnee Ellis doing the duty back on the perimeter of the penalty area. Kanakaris trying to harass his Melbourne Knights opponent. We're into first half stoppage time. Cvitkovic. Maybe he had more time than he realised then, Cvitkovic. Didn't try and control the football.
But it's been a good couple of minutes of pressure here by the Melbourne Knights late in this first half.
So just 3 minutes of time added on, which again is a little difficult to understand given the stop-start nature of the game. Oh, you just never know, do you, Jay Fott? 46 played in this first half under difficult weather conditions on a treacherous pitch in part here at Knights Stadium. Heidelberg United lead it by a goal. Have done for half an hour or more.
Did they turn it over in the middle there? It's been 4 or 5 times.
Ruben round the corner. Kenny on the run. Defender read it better. Jurkovic back to the goalkeeper again. Melbourne Knights perhaps with one last chance before half time. Hicks. And again. Hicks for the Melbourne Knights runs himself in a bit of trouble. Kanakaris chases doggedly. And a referee calls a halt to the opening half here at Melbourne Knights Stadium, which the current scoreline reads Melbourne Knights 0, Heidelberg United 1. John Fodinos joining yours truly, Greg Blake, in commentary. Jay Fott. Second half about to begin. Hasn't been the Melbourne Knights' most preeminent day, but they've still got some fight.
Yes, they certainly started off the first half very well. Haven't picked up any changes in either team from the half-time break, so keep an eye on that as King Kenny kicks us off. Out to Wilkins. He'll look downfield for Kanakaris over his head. Chasing back is the number 23, Timmy Purcell. Shepherds that out for a goal kick.
Wilkins. Just to the skipper, Lukey Biles. Barometer. Wilkins. Kenner, header into the path of Gorvas. Control it, then can control it. Gorvas! And finally cleared at the last gasp by Damien Miskelin. It will be another corner to Heidelberg, so they've come out looking to ice that 1-0 lead. Sean Ellis with the only goal of the game from the penalty spot will take this corner kick. Early second half action, 1-0 Heidelberg. The skipper over the top. Coming in late was Wilkins. But again, I can't breach the guarded net of that man, Michael O'Farrell, who's pulled off a couple of memorable stops this afternoon. This is the Old North Sunshine Village Drive-In Theatre.
Burgers kicking towards the city end, left of your screen in the second half. Wilkins with a throw. Looking for Govas. Well in by Jelkovic. And again away by number 19 Glover. Heidelberg with a throw at half field.
The Old North Sunshine Drive-In, when the property was being sold, the old Melbourne Croatia Club, which still exists obviously, but the Melbourne Croatia Club at the time put it to their members that if they could get 100 people to put in $3,000 each, they'd have enough to buy the property, which they did, and it's turned into Melbourne Knights Stadium. Purcell under pressure from Kanakaris. Jurkovic stumbles, almost falls. Jurkovic under pressure from Kenny. Zabwarni again. Out of play. Melbourne Knights, another throw in. 8 minutes played. It's still 1-0 to Heidelberg United Alexander. Courtesy of a penalty goal from Sean Ellis.
After an early flurry at the start of the second half, it's again settled down to that holding pattern again, hasn't it, Craig? Both teams trying to see which can get the dominance in the middle.
Biles back for Chris Theodorides. McGarry. Svitkovic. Can't help but feel we'd get more from this game on a better surface, on a better day. Svitkovic through to Hicks. He's outnumbered. Ball takes a cannon off several sets of legs. Finally, Wilkins clears. Long. Kenny. Just got under it a little bit. Tried to drag it in. Unsighted. Jurkovic. Melbourne Knights manful, working hard. McGarry.
A good little spell here by the Melbourne Knights. They're keeping possession, recycling.
Yeah, lots of possession, but there's no fizz in the bottle, is there? Andrusejevic. Well done by Kanna. Really well done by Kanakaris then. Kenny has got a little bit of acreage to work in as he runs wide left. Gave it up a wee bit too easily then, Kenny. Backed himself, lost the bet. McGarry.
We're underway again, Greg, as Melbourne Knights through Jurkovic will come forward. Place up against Andrijasevic. Throw into the Melbourne Knights. As the ball switched to the far side.
Exactly halfway through the second half. Petreski upended. Absorbed a free kick.
So again, just a brief lull in play. Step forward. Over the head of Kenny Athill, gets a little touch on. Kanakaris. Goal kick to the Knights. Well played there by Timothy Purcell. As the Melbourne Knights quickly play the ball out. Champ, Ruben Wade, down to Ellis. Nice little flick, gets bundled over. And again, looking for the contact, got it. Referee blows a whistle.
The configurations at the top of the penalty area to sort themselves. Referee says it's go time. Petrie says okay. Goalkeeper comes. McGarry, single punch away. Second acrobatic punch away. Came through the pack like a shark through the water. Wilkins will get the cross in. Goes deep. Melbourne Knights have got the numbers there, finally away, some pressure relief. This is a little bit better from Heidelberg.
A bit of goal mouth action, but again O'Farrell with a double effort there. Punched the first ball out.
He's a big strong bull of a fellow, isn't he?
Yeah, came back on the second ball, and again Wilkins and Petreski there getting their wires crossed. The Knights come again, recycled ball. Andrijasevic has Ruben Wade, tries to get around him, there's eventually. Can he get the crossing? Does so. Nice ball. And the header!
Oh, wow.
Oh, great save by Theodorides.
Fabulous save. Had no right to that.
And that was the Melbourne Knights' best moment of the match. There's a lovely ball crossed in and headed down, and Theodorides scrambling across the right-hand side, taps it away for a corner kick. So Melbourne Knights there with their best chance of the game as it's headed back in. They can't clear it. And eventually back to the corner kick taker. Andrasovic drops it in. McGarry punched away by Theodorides.
And Kenny.
Kenny now with the referee waving advantage. Has Petrisky now. Petrisky has held up a little. Can he get around?
He waited ages too long, but he's drawn the free kick. And the referee has had as much front and centre time as anybody here this afternoon. 1 goal in it to the advantage of Heidelberg.
Hicks
Tries to get around Petrescu.
Referee says eventually it'll be a free kick to the Knights.
Melbourne Knights ball taken quickly. I reckon this is last gasp territory. Turned over Petrie, tried to sweep it past the goalkeeper first time. Nothing doing. Michael O'Farrell will run and fetch.
Big pass Wilkins though. Pace. No science in that one. And, there's
And the
full-time
final whistle here at Knights Stadium, and some of us may be saying thankfully on a, well, let me put it this way to you, Joe Fott. The Heidelberg United have won by a goal to nil. A penalty scored by Sean Ellis on 21 minutes was the go-ahead and only goal of the game.